Welcome back, episode 80 of Revisited, and today we're talking about a new content creator. I don't think we've ever done this person in our lives. We are talking about iamthatroby. I believe that's what it is, because it could be iamthatroby.
I don't think that's what it is.
How do you don't know with these people? So, iamthatroby, or Roby, iamthatroby, their video, The Snyder Cut Healed Me, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
This is the second. Talk about the movie.
And how it healed me.
The other one was, it changed my life. And now this is healing me. It's like, is it really like that? It's a movie. It's got nothing to do with you.
I wonder if it's one. So we heard, whenever we do these revisiteds, we hear a little bit of the episode to see if it's a good one. And with this one, it was like I had talked about the original Justice League, and it broke my heart and stuff. So I wonder if this is just like, it's mending my broken heart from the original Justice League or something.
No, because this is also bad.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. People act like the Snyder Cut is a 9, while the Whedon Cut is like a 4. They're both within 2 points of each other. If not like 1.51.
So for the description, 4 years after I had my heart broken by the Justice League, Zack Snyder's bombastic, long, loud, and beautiful Snyder Cut of Justice League healed my heart in a truly special way.
As opposed to falsely special, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
It's every day. It's all the time with us.
He had a movie 2 years prior to the release of this video of how the Snyder Cut will change movies.
So before you walked in with the mindset of, yo, the Snyder Cut, y'all! Yo! What are we doing?
Already.
The video hasn't even started and you're already in the mindset of, yo. I don't know what Snyder does to these people. Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. But we'll see what he does and what happened and what it do.
Well, let's get into it then.
It's hard to believe we are where we are. I was standing in front of this camera 4 years ago talking about...
So, I think I'm just going to start recording when we go through our list. Because the second this video played and that part came up, then it was like, what? What do you mean? It's just in such disbelief. I'm sad it's not recording.
I think I said, where are we?
Believe we are where we are. I was standing in front of this camera 4 years ago talking about a version of Justice League that not only broke me, but also broke my heart, poetically at least.
So you are a big fan of Superman, correct?
Yes.
I'd say that you are at least a moderate to healthy size fan of the rest of the Justice League, save for Batman.
I would say, yeah, for the most part. I'm not big on Martian Manhunter, but it's
how did you feel about Justice League?
The first movie?
Yep.
First movie was roughly okay. It could have been much better. You could see where Whedon's hand is in it. There are certain points where it's just like, I don't know what either creator was going for, and it's a complete mess. But there are scenes that are absolutely fantastic, like Aquaman touching Wonder Woman's lasso. I think that's a fantastic scene.
But as a big fan, it didn't destroy your heart or your mind or your outlook on life.
It's another piece of media that just so happened to be bad. It's like reading a bad comic arc of Justice League. It's no different from that to me. Like, I'll just move on to the next one.
That exists over there. It would have existed absent of me.
It sucks major balls. It's gonna piss me off when I talk about it.
Doesn't affect me in any way.
It's not gonna make me depressed or sad going to work, just like, dang, that Justice League movie. But if somebody at work is talking about it, I'm like, man, that thing sucks. I can't believe blah, blah, blah. And I'll do that. Like you move from one to the very next.
like a good argument that I could see people having is this is the first like mainstream live action Justice League that we've gotten, and it wasn't all that good, so it hurts the perception of the Justice League as opposed to something like the Avengers where they came together, it was a good movie, they moved on. This has the stink of, that wasn't a very good movie.
But even with that argument, it's like, okay, it stumbled out the gate, but it doesn't affect you. And I don't think it affects the Justice League, because if the next one is good, as evidenced by the Snyder Cut, or at least the fervor for it, people will go to it.
People will want more. People will come back.
Like,
I also don't know, because it's not like just the first one and it's just like, well, this is us over forever, because the first Thor was fairly middling. It was an okay
and the second one is noted as the worst Marvel movie.
And then Ragnarok comes out and it's really good. But so people are willing to give things a chance. Everybody's gonna come back. Nobody's going, another Batman. No, people are gonna come to the movies to see Batman. There's just been a comic release that's just like the middle school adventures of Batman. This is coming a couple years later after the high school adventures of Batman. Just two separate comic lines of Batman in school with, here's a child Joker and here's a child Penguin, and it's people are gonna come to it no matter the quality. But this is an argument that I'm making that he may not be making.
But I understand where you're coming from with that, but he's not making an argument, but he's framing it in that it broke my heart. Like, I don't think a piece of media can break my heart unless the story itself is heartbreaking. Like, the media itself, a bad Chucky movie is not gonna break my heart. It's gonna piss me off. Yeah. It's gonna hurt. But I'm not gonna be like, well,
something like something can be like emotionally devastating, like Grave of the Fireflies, where it's just struggle, hardship, and then they both just die. It's like,
okay,
my goodness.
I understand that, but that's the story in the media as opposed to
the actual.
Yeah, the overarching, the film itself broke my heart. No, the things within it did, and that's what it went for, as opposed to, dang, I really didn't I
wanted this to be good, and it just wasn't good. Oh man,
my heart, like
no.
It also broke my heart. Poetically, at least, it broke my heart. Since that fateful afternoon on November 16, 2017, I have been demanding for the release of the Snyder Cut, a prophesized relic of mythological proportions. And as weird as it is to say, I've seen the Snyder Cut. I've experienced it. I've Zactivated. I've become a Zactivist, whatever that even means. I have ascended beyond the person I was before having seen the 4-hour version of Justice League. And I think it's safe to say that the Snyder Cut has healed that very broken heart.
Okay, if this wasn't so straight-faced, I'd assume this is a troll.
I don't know. This is...
I'd have to.
Of course. But there's always the mindset of, is this a troll?
It's sad. It's sad because a troll / satire, if it's so well done, it's no different than just people being stupid. Mm-hmm. And we have encountered so much stupidity. Yeah. But this is like, the fact that he straight-faced the previous review, I gotta assume this is just legitimately the way he feels.
I have to. But it could be, because there's just a Jesus in the background.
I understand there's a lot of jokey jokes in there with the Zactivated and I've become a Zactivist and I've ascended and all that. That's all the jokey jokes, though. That's the underlying of his actual feelings. If they are his actual feelings, we'll find out.
So in case you haven't witnessed the Bible yet, which is really the only way to appropriately describe what I have seen, please go watch this fucking movie and then come back to me. Let's go experience something beyond the human experience.
Is this a troll?
Get into the movie!
I do. I'm getting closer to this is a troll.
I don't think so, because he made another video going to, unless it's a multi-year troll of going, yo, this movie sucks. And then later coming in going, this movie's actually good. I don't think so. I don't think that anybody would have the dedication for that.
If you do, you're a genius.
Yeah, and we'll talk. We'll talk about this fucking movie. But go. I don't want you here. So if I could surmise the Snyder Cut in one word, I think it would be whole. That's what I got from this.
Oh, dude, no, that was pretentious. Oh no, I don't think this is a troll. That was
whole, huh? Yeah.
I mean, when you got 4 hours, I don't see how you can fracture anything.
There's nothing on the cutting room left on the table. There's nothing. You get to put everything that you want in there. You go up to any director and be like, make a movie that you want and make your Iron Man. It's not gonna be that hard. Hour 30, hour 45, 2 hours. They're gonna put whatever they want in it, and you're gonna be getting your 3 to 4 hour movies.
I think the original Doctor Strange was like 320. That was the original cut, and it was cut down to like 210, 150, something like that. Absolutely, you're gonna, not the original Doctor Strange, I mean the Multiverse of Madness, the original cut of that. Like I don't know what this whole thing.
Let's hear what the whole thing is.
Film. This is a true vision. This is a complete vision.
I'm so sick
He
of this
got to
vision
make
thing.
his movie, and I'm happy for the guy. But this is not anything noteworthy. What's noteworthy are the fans rallied and WB responded, and he got to make it.
Yes. Now let's talk about the quality.
Now let's talk about the quality. It's so great that this happened for him. Let's go into the actual vision.
Of a director who has an idea and has been allowed to actually go through with it. It may not be the vision for everyone, but at least it can see. This film does not fall victim to corporate fat cats who are
Yes, it does. Because again, he wanted Green Lantern at the end and they went no Martian Manhunter. And he relented. And we got Martian Manhunter at the end.
Obsessed with appealing to the mainstream and trending, no matter how corporate and boring and lacking in artistic integrity their films actually are.
Who is that?
I have no idea.
Actually are.
It's during a Bats v Soups.
Hang on. I got an app for this.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Why do you have an app for this? You don't take pictures.
What? No, that's not Draco Malfoy. What are you talking about? It's an app that if you look at something. No, not this. Oh no, this app sucks.
So wait,
look at his
black
face.
shirt and
yes,
it did.
and it went. Jeff Johns. Okay, he's Jeff Johns.
Oh, okay.
Promoted to the president of DC Entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Hey, if I take a picture of something, it'll be like, this is what this thing is. Like if I take a picture of this Superman symbol, hopefully it'll be like, oh, this is a Superman symbol, not just a suit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, it's pretty useful.
Except for
like
when
this.
it gets a shirt.
Except for when it gets a shirt, and it's just like, well, this is clearly Draco Malfoy's shirt. Like, excuse me, what? Why did you get that of all things?
So this guy allowed, or was he the president when Man of Steel and Bats v Soups and all of that crap was coming out? Because if he was, isn't he the you're talking about corporate meddling and stuff? Did he just let Snyder do Snyder's?
I just looked up Jeff Johns and Batman versus Superman. DC's film head Jeff Johns reveals how Zack Snyder's Justice League has been tweaked in the wake of Batman versus Superman.
Okay, so it's been tweaked after the fact. Oh, so he's just mad that the original was tweaked. Okay.
And let's hear his whole sentence now that we've got this in mind.
Okay. Let's go back.
Who has an idea and has been allowed to actually go through with it. It may not be the vision for everyone, but at least it can see. This film does not fall victim to corporate fat cats who are mind-numbingly obsessed with appealing to the mainstream and trending, no matter how corporate and boring and lacking in artistic integrity their films actually are.
So, you think that because of corporate meddling, if it appeals to the mainstream, it's boring. If there's one thing I can't call the original Justice League, it's boring.
Yeah, that's definitely not boring.
It's a f***ing mess.
I wouldn't call Batman versus Superman boring. I would call Man of Steel boring.
I think Bats v Soup is drab, dreary.
It drags.
But
I wouldn't call it boring. Especially the extended cut. No, that's the boring one. But the original theatrical, it's pretty snappy. It's got a bunch of stuff going on.
Cut more or less is beyond film.
Pause. This dude is a corporate executive. He's the head of the DC Films, blah blah blah, whatever. His whole purpose is let's make money. We have to structure this in a way that will make future money.
Yeah, and it legitimately sucks when artists can't make the thing they want to make. But the people spoke. Like, Bats v Soups underperformed. It did not perform what the audiences nor executives wanted.
So following that, he went, okay, that didn't work. So let's go in a different direction.
And audiences spoke and apparently went to see Suicide Squad, the first one, in droves, even though it was a ton of corporate meddling. Hey, y'all, go watch the second Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad. It's legitimately fantastic. Not faux fantastic like the original Suicide Squad, because it's Ayers and Snyder. Release the Air cut. Y'all don't want that.
Y'all don't want that.
I'm so tired of seeing that stupid thing trended. Like, nobody wants this. What are you looking up now?
I was looking up how much Batman vs. Superman and then Justice League made.
I wouldn't doubt it's too far off, but the budget is probably much bigger.
Yeah. It's about $200 million a piece. And is it budget? No, the budget's about the same between the two.
Okay.
And Batman vs. Superman just made more money.
Yeah. Because Justice League was just legitimately not good.
Yeah. And this is coming off the back of this not good movie.
Actually are. The Snyder Cut more or less is beyond film, really. It's about a lot more than a movie. It's something so much...
I don't care what it's about. I don't care about the meta. I care about the movie.
Yeah, so this is why I don't believe this is a troll. He is legitimately going into the...
I'm saying legitimately. The troll thing was all the way back there. It was a fleeting thought. No, this is his true thought.
He's talking about, this is an artist being able to make their art and all this stuff. I'm again happy for Snyder, but I don't care if an artist can make their most perfect vision if the vision that we are given is still good. Like, Stephen King hates the Shining movie, but people note it as a fantastic movie. It's not what the artist wanted there, but it's a fantastic movie. Should we disallow a director to make the movie that they want to make in the face of the original artist's vision? Because which one are you advocating for there? So I don't really care as much about, like, I care in Marvel movies where it's almost impossible to even see who directed what. Like, the guy that directed Black Panther is directing Black Panther 2. Would it be any different if somebody else was brought in?
There's not really a pure vision there.
The only one that was really different is you could see the hand of Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. You could see the hand of Sam Raimi in the multiverse of madness.
I'll put Guardians in there as well.
James Gunn had a lot of James Gunny things in there. And that might be why people gravitate towards Guardians, because it feels less like the corporate stamp
Marvel movie.
Yeah. But, again,
it's just, again, put your feelings about the creator doing the thing over here, and let's talk about what the movie actually did. If like Helen Keller directed a movie and it was horrible, yeah, good on her. but it's still a horrible movie.
And you can be proud of everything they've done, but it's like at the end of the day, I'm watching a film that's not entertaining or quality to me. So is the Snyder Cut quality? Again, clap for getting what he wanted, but this is way too much talking about, it's beyond film. You're putting so much onto this. And then you're going in with that mindset of, wow, he really got it.
Thank goodness he got this. This is his vision. Put your feelings about the vision somewhere else and think about the movie itself.
Much bigger. As I said when it was announced, it really is.
He's got some haunting blue eyes.
Bruh.
It is just like against the red shirt and the black background and all this stuff. It is just soul piercing.
Is a game changer. It's the sort of thing known Iron Man 2 fan Martin Scorsese has been demanding from the comic book genre for years. It is purposeful, and it means something more than just making a quick buck. Because trust me, there are infinitely easier ways DC and Warner Brothers could have made a quick dollar off of their DC properties than going through and actually releasing the Snyder Cut.
Where's the proof of that, since most of them have flopped?
I was about to say, what does he mean by purposeful? What is the purpose of this film?
That's a good question. Unless he means that everything was shot with purpose. Like there's a purpose to every scene or something. But I can't think of many movies where there's a scene where there's just no purpose to it.
That's one of those things where we need to figure out what exactly he means. Because just saying it's purposeful. I don't know. What are you talking about, dude?
DC and Warner Brothers could have made a quick dollar off of their DC properties than going through and actually releasing the Snyder Cut. From the very first frame of this thing, you understand that this is someone's vision and it is indeed special. While it's come under some scrutiny for people, I personally really loved the 4:3 ratio. I think it gives the movie this really epic, sort of grandiose look. It makes every...
You just shook your head.
Like, aspect ratio giving people
big bumped over the aspect ratio.
Okay, you can see a chicken leg in the corner that you couldn't see at 16:9. What is that? Like, what does that do for you?
It feels different.
Are we still indifferent? Is good equal good?
No, we're not. We're still.
No way.
We're not in that. That is over there.
You're just saying it's different. So good.
No, because it's his vision. It's his vision.
Yeah, and it's different from other superhero movies.
But it's
not, so good.
No. He's not saying that it's good. He's simply saying that it's different.
No, he's saying it's epic, and it's from frame one, you know that it's someone's vision. He's saying this is what makes it. We're still indifferent, equal good. We never left. Yo, why did this happen?
Every single frame pop, it makes it all look like a comic book panel come to life. But even when
it makes the things pop and it looked like comic book panel come to life.
What looks different here than in 16:9 or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? When Peter throws his suit in the trash.
What does this look like a comic book panel? It doesn't. I think it's just he doesn't know how to praise it, other than it's his vision. And
hey,
because how do you?
Hey, you know what would be a great video? Taking the things he's saying, and then adding clips from the first Justice League and see if there's any difference. Because I can point to an original Justice League clip and it just be like, it's like a comic book panel come to life. I wonder how many flowery terms and not noted things in Snyder Cut he says that could just be applied to other films.
We shall see, because I'm going to take note of that now.
come to life. But even when it's something as simple as someone's face, it feels very focused. It feels like that human face, that eye into the character is the most important thing in the entire frickin' world.
What are you talking about?
So you get to see her expression or something?
What is he talking about? What? Oh my goodness! Is he saying that because of essentially less of the screen being filled, your focus is more on her face, which is the important thing, instead of more people to the right and more sunlight to the left?
But everything is focused if you center it, because the human eye immediately goes to the center. So, like, if I look over at my dad's Gavin poster, the first thing you're gonna see is Tillian, because he's front and center. Collar Tillian right now. Like Lois. Lois over there. What would you focus on? Legitimately.
I don't know. He just claimed it, and it's a normal thing. That is a thing. It's like, oh, finally I can focus on the motherfucker. Finally, I know what my
blurry
focus
shots, and I don't need this.
I'm finally being directed at the people's face. Finally! Oh man! I'd have been looking at stone pillars in the background if not for the aspect ratio.
Hey, look at that other kid in the corner. I would have been looking at their face instead of whoa.
Dude, this means nothing. This isn't a praise. You're just saying something.
Oh, dude, I gotta go back to that.
But even when it's something as simple as someone's face, it feels very focused. It feels like that human face, that eye into the character is the most important thing in the entire frickin' world. Furthermore, Snyder opens this movie with a gorgeous close-up that slowly transitions into a beautiful master of Superman's dying screams.
Pause. What's a beautiful master? What is it?
I guess the master image, which would be the wide shot, but I don't think I've ever heard it referred to as the master. I the same thing, dude. I picked up my phone immediately.
What is master in filmmaking?
And I'll look up photography.
They're talking about master's programs in college,
and it would probably be master, the master copy or whatever. I got nothing.
Excellent.
I got nothing.
Great.
Hey, comment section. If you got something, please let us know. Thank you. Because I got nothing.
Awakening the dormant chaos on the sinister planet Apocalypse. Within mere minutes of the Snyder Cut, you can just taste the fucking vision and...
What? Dude! How much more could we possibly take?
I would prefer if he not say vision anymore, because he's leaning very heavily on that to make his points.
Oh, different good? Different equal sign good? Are you now in camp of this video be different equal sign good?
Vision is his vision. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's different nor that it's good.
But he believes so.
Making integrity that's going on here. This movie is the phrase every frame a painting personified, basically. For me, it's the little things that are improved here. The little lines of dialogue, the little character moments, the little beats we're given, which the theatrical cut just straight up avoided. I personally loved the added moments with Queen Hippolyta and the Amazons, when they're all looking doom right in the eye. They're looking death dead on. And they're just shouting, "We have no fear." Like, that's fucking dope. You know, seeing dark...
That's it?
Yes.
He was like, all the little moments and it's a character screaming, "We ain't got fear"? Isn't that noted by them legitimately just letting themselves be killed by closing the gates?
Yes. That's a show versus tell. They're telling that they have no fear instead of, hey, show them your fear. And then they just start shooting at them. That's not really a thing. I mean, going back to the first Wonder Woman, they're getting shot up. And it's like, these things are better than our arrows. And they're killing us. And they still continue to fight. So they showed the whole no fear thing back then.
In live action for the first time, you know, it made me feel like a 10-year-old watching the Justice League Unlimited series, you know.
Hey,
just
it's the guy. I'm watching his movie.
But that's the beginning and the end of it. I'm seeing him, and it makes me feel like a kid. Not what he's doing, no quality, no attributes to his words or his actions. I'm just watching the motherfucker.
Now, I can understand if it's a trailer or something. Like, yo, Darkseid!
Yeah,
but you've seen the film now, so there should be more than just, I got to see Darkseid.
But you know what the problem is? That's all it was. Because he got pieced up.
How do you get pieced up?
In your first appearance?
You Darkseid!
You getting pieced up, dragged away, dying. It's like, oh, look out for this dude. The dude that got almost cut in half?
Marcus Manhunter, what do we need you for? Why are you here?
Wasn't a single Kryptonian there. He got his nuts handed to him. Ares. And Wonder Woman handled Ares. If we look at that hard power scale and stuff, because we know people are fans of that.
Ooh, I don't understand it.
Wonder Woman greater than Ares, greater than Darkseid. So what's the problem? Oh, now he got the Omega beams, so he unlocked the whatever unlocked that. Okay, how much more powerful does that make him?
The anti-life equation.
Anti-life. How much more powerful does that make him? It just be a whole lot. Okay, unquantifiable. So please be excited about this unquantifiably stronger person.
Like, is Darkseid the underdog in part 2? Because he got pieced up and then he comes back stronger now. Like, is he the hero?
To take revenge.
It's like in wrestling, if a bunch of baby faces jump a hill and then the heel starts fighting back, like, are we supposed to be cheering this?
Yeah. Or a bunch of other heels come out to the back to try to help their friends. It's like, are you going to boo them as they're running out to help this 5-on-1 beatdown? What's going on here? How are we supposed to feel about this? But you go over to the Avengers. The first thing Thanos does on screen of any notes outside of his after credit scenes and stuff like that, he puts the hands to the Hulk. We've seen what the Hulk can do.
The ship destroy, Asgardians fitted, Thor on the ground, Hulk hands.
And dude just goes, no, let him have his fun.
Ma.
And he's legitimately just punching him without the stones. And he's countering him and everything. And we've seen what Hulk can do. So we go, okay, you can think that Thor is the strongest Avenger. You can think that Hulk is the strongest Avenger. Either one, they both just got done up.
But legitimately, by the same guy, in the same
so
frame
either
of time.
way you go, okay, these are the two strongest physically people.
What do we know of?
What are we gonna do now if this dude is just punching him stone?
Out punching the Hulk. Just think about that.
Out punching the Hulk. And this dude comes in, he beats a single Green Lantern. Okay, it's a Green Lantern. If we're looking at it in terms of this movie, we don't know how, we've never seen a Green Lantern in this DC universe, so unquantifiable strength. He just beats some dude, essentially. He gets hit with 2 arrows and then almost cut in half. I think he also got hit by lightning. And we're supposed to be like, uh-oh, here comes Darkseid. I don't care.
Yeah, at this point, I don't care.
And it's not like it's going to continue. So,
well, hashtag continue the Snyderverse.
That's not happening.
Oh, dude, they've been calling for it since the cut release.
Dude.
They want it.
Whenever this Flash movie comes out, if it does...
Oh, no, that boy's going on HBO Max tomorrow.
Whatever the case may be, it's just a hard reset.
They're going to have a whole new Flash. They're going to have a whole new... Suits might come back.
Have we heard anything about Wonder Woman 3?
Not yet.
Hard reset. I mean, what with the Amber Heard stuff, Aquaman is on very thin ice. Maybe they'll just like, you just kill her. But from what I hear, spoilers about the movies, they got a kid in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Oh, from what I hear, they've cut her screen time down to like
10 minutes, they say.
Yeah.
They say that she gets injured in the first act or something and she's hospitalized and she comes back later. She's supposed to have a big fight, but it may or may not be cut.
I'd cut it.
I would also cut it because that petition is almost to 5 million. It's like, that's one of the highest voted petitions on change.org all ever. So,
oh, dude, I got so many words about this Heard case on Sunday.
Oh, have you been?
I haven't. I'm mostly talking about the aftermath. You're gonna be the day-to-day correspondent for us. I'm gonna be the aftermath.
The aftermath is not good at all.
It just is so cool.
It's so. Dude, he said cool twice within 3 sentences. We have no fears in cool. Darkseid made me feel like a 10-year-old again. It's just cool. So his thing is Snyder's vision, cool.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I mean, if Darkseid was the main villain, that'd be something. But you still just got Steppenwolf. Darkseid shows up for an Amber Heard's length of time in the movie. Just like 10 minutes. Maybe.
Thinking here is Snyder at his most Snyder. The gargantuan runtime, slow motion, comic book panels being brought to live action.
You've already said the comic book panels, but whatever. Are these things good things? The runtime, is it a good thing that it's just long? Is that... No, I submit that that's just a neutral thing.
Slow motion. If it's done well, it's great. If it's not done well, it's awful. I don't remember what it was, but we were watching something and we were like, "Why is this in slow mo?"
I don't remember. I do not remember what it was.
But you remember us going, "Why would you slow mo this part?" Maybe it was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Maybe when the big Jekyll was running and hitting things, there were like slow mos or something.
But like the Flash hot dog scene, it's like, this is 3 minutes or so of him.
3 disgusting minutes,
him like caressing her hair and stuff like that. We don't need this. Maybe cut this out.
Maybe speed this up. Anything. Because it's just to bring Iris around, but you can do that absent of her car being totaled and him brushing her hair lovingly in slow motion.
Why not always just have them know each other? Why not her be the receptionist of the place that he's trying to apply to be a forensic scientist? And it's like, oh, you again. Yeah, I'm back. I got another thing on my resume, so maybe they'll take me this time. Comic book panels brought to life. How is that not like the Circle Avengers moment?
How is it not like the memorial scene in the original Justice League? Even if that's a Snyder scene, it's a comic book panel brought to life. Like, there are so many like suits descending and talking about truth and justice. Is that not a comic panel brought to life?
Flash holding the building. That's pure super. Because structurally, that's not how that works. But it's a comic, so you just go, yeah, whatever.
It should be dust.
Yeah, no, it can't hold up a building on a single point. No, it don't hold
the
like
weight,
that.
gravity.
No, but comics. So that's a comic book panel brought to life. We're not saying that's a good scene or a bad scene. We're saying that's a comic book panel brought to life.
This means nothing so far.
Nothing.
You said a neutral thing, a thing that can be good or bad depending on how it's used. And So you've brought up essentially two neutral things and a thing all comic book movies have done.
Just score.
Music, epic look and feel.
I love that it's just like the epic score, and he just had to put a scene there. Just a scene, and it's just Cyborg. What do you put there?
Hey, that Wonder Woman song was dog.
And it kept going and going, and they played it like 6 times. And it always started with the "aye."
That's the worst part of it.
He just hit with the no. That's the part that we're here for.
So, killer score. A killer score that may or may not have been used effectively depending on the scene.
Killer score that, how much did he have influence on that?
Score. A truly
Epic look. Yes, Snyder shoots things very pretty. But it's mostly in contrast and focus blurs and all this.
He has not talked about the story, the characters. It's all about the things.
Oh, you know he's gonna bring up Cyborg.
Of course
gets so much more.
But when you list something like this, the most important things are gonna be in the front, and the least important things are gonna be in the back.
No, watch time. You gotta build up to the most important things on YouTube.
No, but this is a list, and he's not gonna point by point explain these things. These points are done.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna go back to beautiful score? What are you gonna say other than yo, it's pretty? That's it. That's all you got. That's not. We can't really say anything unless you're a music person. I'm not saying anything about the music other than yeah, the music's pretty good. I like the music.
look evoking classics like The Seven Samurai, religious parallels, Willem Dafoe's delivery of
Essentially, you've just been describing Smallville. The TV series, Smallville. And you know what? We killed it when he did that religious bush, when he fell from the building with his arms like Jesus.
Horrible.
We killed it in the Smallville community. Because it was awful.
No, we got it. That's what... No. Coming into Superman, we got it. You don't need to mush it in our face.
this line,
Take up your mother's trident.
and F-bombs.
Fuck the world. I will fucking kill you.
To paraphrase,
This ain't your father's
This ain't your
superhero
daddy.
movie.
Is this a troll?
No, we're way past troll. This is so far from troll that that was a fleeting
He
thought.
didn't mention how the story was improved.
There's 9 minutes.
I know,
left. Hey, but guess what this is? Different equal good.
But why would he not, when he's listing those things, mention that things that were taken out, things that were added? The characters have more to do. This, and this. While you're listing these things, why list things and then talk about other things that were not in the list?
Are the lists not good enough for you?
Have the list that has everything and talk about it, or don't have the list and just talk about everything. Because now it's like, if he goes over there to the characters, why were the characters not in the list? What was the purpose of the list?
To list off what's so great about it and why it's
Then
so
why not the
good.
characters?
It did 9 minutes left.
Those
Those need to be explained a little bit more. You can hear the music and understand it's epic. You can see the scenes and understand it's epic. You can see the comic book panels come to life and see its comic book panel. But the characters, the plot, those are the ones we need to explore.
I hope he talks about them. I'll say that.
It is a legitimate fear that he might not. It is a true concern that he might gloss over it at this point. This man talked about Vision for 2 minutes, and now it's just going, they said they had no fear.
That
Dark
score is
Side.
pretty good. Dark Side, he's a cool guy. He did some stuff.
He was the coolest guy.
Season 4, episode 19 of Seinfeld, The Snyder Cut is real, and it's spectacular. I think it's impossible to really separate what happened with Zack Snyder personally and the events of Justice League. I think that...
I do. I could take Justice League, the Snyder Cut, as a film,
yes,
absent of everything he's went through, both personally, family-wise, and all that stuff.
Horrible that he went through it. Commendable that he came back to finish his vision.
Happy that he was able to do so.
Yes.
Now, what's the movie look like?
The movie does not go from a 7 to an 8 because of that.
They are one.
I'm sorry to say that. The movie is the movie in a bubble, outside of who's scoring it, who's directing it, what they're going through. The movie is the movie.
Like the director of Black Panther, Ryan Coogler, I think it is. He got racial profiled. They thought
bank thing.
Yeah. Are we going to bring that up when Black Panther 2 comes out? And it's just like, he's still, they've got all this racism and stuff. And are we going to talk about that?
100 years in the future, when somebody goes, what was the first Justice League movie, and watches this, will somebody have to sit down after they watch it and go, how did you feel about it? Well, it was pretty good, about a 6. Well, did you know that he had this great tragedy? No. That's not how we do things.
Like, what was Kubrick going through when he was making The Shining? Like, what were these directors in the 60s, 70s, 80s going through when they made The Fly or whatever? Like, I have no idea. The Thing. Like, I have no clue. But I know the good movies.
Queen, Freddie Mercury, he recorded his last song essentially on his deathbed. I don't care. It sounds like all of his other songs. It's commendable that he did it. But if he was off key, I wouldn't be like, well, he was dying. So I'd be like, nah, Muff was off key. Don't sing the song.
That last DMX album is not hitting because DMX does not sound good on it.
Yeah.
The first song is with Jadakiss and Styles P. Jada and Styles kills it, and then DMX comes in, and I'm just like, ooh, no.
It's separating the art from the artist.
And DMX is my favorite rapper of all time. Like, this means...
And I'm bumping Queen on a nearly daily basis.
So I can still watch a Chris Benoit match. Horrible what happened. But I can understand the good technical wrestling of it. I'm still going to listen to the new Dance Gavin album despite what's going on with Tillian. I'm probably not going to support it in any way, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I will consume it.
I'm very happy that everybody that I like musically is cool.
Dude, it's a terrible feeling.
I'm very happy about that.
And you just gotta look and go, dang.
Because it's just like...
And then you gotta hear, like, lyrics. Because Tillian... A lot of his lyrics are about drinking and the way he treats women. And then there's one of my favorite songs of all time from Dance Gavin Dance. It's called Gospel Burnout. And there's a line that goes, they say don't ever meet your heroes. Reverence is temporary until the truth comes out.
Oh, boy.
And I'm just like, how am I going to... And it's one of my favorite Dance Gavin Dance songs of all time.
It's like Emerosa has a song called Even Bad Men Love Their Mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like if Johnny Craig beat his mother to death with a bat. It'd be like, oh, what happened? Johnny, you sang. Skip. Nope.
I just skipped that forever. Because that lyric is tainted.
But when they're just like, oh, Chris Benoit, he's taking them out. He's really hurt. Those things that they say in Chris Benoit matches, I'm like, oh, just mute, because
Chris Benoit is going crazy.
Yeah. What's going on in the mind of Benoit? It's like,
so many chair shots. How can he withstand this punishment? How can he stand? There's definitely things within it that's just like, oh, I am uncomfortable with this now. But I'm not going to prop up Snyder's Justice League because of the things he went through. I think that's unfair to not knowing the personal stakes of other directors. Mm-hmm. Like, It is what it is. The movie is the movie, regardless of whatever happened.
And the events of Justice League. I think that they are one and the same. You know, those experiences and those beliefs actually find their way into the DNA of this story. They're there. Everything that man went through in the process of making this film is on display in the film. In the world...
But I'm not deriding anybody for anything or anything. The movie was essentially done before the tragedy happened. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he implanted these things within the movie. There was always a lot
reshot after. He created a lot of new scenes after. But there was a ton from the original Justice League cut that is in this movie.
Yes.
So does that also inform everything that he went through?
Or are you taking things that happened in the future and retroactively applying to things that happened in the past?
That Snyder presents us people, no matter whether they're human, Atlantean, Amazonian, or Apocalyptian, are simply divided. The prophesized age of heroes in which people from all...
But somebody like him is not exactly thinking about the mechanics of it. Because we got Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and they're not like, an Atlantean.
Yeah. There's no reason for Atlanteans, or there's no reason for Aquaman, who is on the surface, who is the king of Atlantis eventually, to hate a person like the Amazonians. There's no reason for a Kryptonian to hate either one. There's no reason for a human to hate any of the three. Like, what is the division at this point?
The whole problem in Aquaman was, hey, they dumping stuff in our water.
Yeah, they're polluting the waters.
But what drove them into the water in the first place?
And what does it speak to for the Amazonians? Like, that's
what's their
over.
Beef? I remember in Wonder Woman, they were just like, the humans enslaved us. The world of man enslaved us, so we ran over here. And that creates problems in and of itself because the Amazonians are super strong. So how did man, whatever, doesn't matter. But it seems like one tribe has a problem with another tribe who has a problem with another tribe who has a problem with another tribe. But
I don't even think it's that. I think they all just have problems with humans.
The underlying problem. Even humans have problems with humans.
Yeah, that's Amazonians because they were enslaved. Atlanteans because they're dumping in the water. What's the beef of Atlanteans and Amazonians? What's the Green Lanterns? What's their beef with an Amazonian, or what's a Martian's beef with a Amazonian or humans?
But somebody like this individual, Roby or Roby, whatever, I forget his name. But they just go, they're divided, and now they have to come together. Why are they divided? Were there attempts to come together previously? Were the leaders just like there's a treaty that we do not with those Atlanteans? We can't even talk about the Wonder Woman's tribe because they're all hidden, so they're not even making an effort. We don't know the underlying story of why, and it's also not like at the end of the movie all the Atlanteans and the humans and everybody came together.
Yeah, no, it was 6, 7 people.
It's just these people.
Is Wowo gonna go back to her exiled home and go, yo, humans and Atlanteans kinda good, y'all? I very much doubt. Is Arthur a prince/king of Atlantis who's secretly hated by quite a few people just gonna go, yo, humans dumpish in our oceans, but like 6 of them are cool.
It just all goes back to just, I'm looking at it in a bubble and not thinking about what's in the bubble.
And as grandiose as possible in that bubble.
I've been talking to people for days about Naruto and Hiruzen and their relationship and all this stuff. And it's just the assumptions. Whatever. Hiruzen did this and this is why this happened. It's not in the manga. There's no reason why they're divided.
Same thing happened with the Trigger Senpai with the hallucinations thing, where somebody in his chat was like, yeah, I could see where he's coming from because he could have seen a picture of them or the Orokodaki could have said their name or whatever. But we have no proof of this. This is pure headcanon at this point. We're only going by what's on the page. And what's on the page is this. And so you're going all this grandiose stuff of just like, why is it divided? We have no reason to believe that at this point based on the film itself.
So you're just going, I accept that they're divided, and now let's see them all come together and blah, blah, blah. So it's the ABC thing. We're missing the B, and you're just like, no, that's fine. We just need to get to this point where they're divided. I don't accept that they're just divided. I don't accept the big theme of the movie, one of the potential many themes of the movie, is coming together. When these people don't essentially have a problem with each other because there is no point in going, in Atlantean, a human, I'm not working with you. There is none of that. There is none of this bias. There is no groups of Atlanteans coming out of the ocean, putting aside their hatred and helping humans. It's these 6-7 people, and we're looking at people individually, not as their race.
Yeah. Because does not speak for all Atlanteans when they're like, yo, get Arthur out of here.
Sized age of heroes in which people from all walks of life unite to face a common enemy simply cannot come to fruition. For generations, Wonder Woman...
There's been no big threat for it.
Yeah.
The biggest that we've seen in the DC was either Zod or
Ares.
Zod, I wouldn't say Ares. Because that was like in that moment. It wasn't like,
oh there he
is. Yeah, let's fight. It's not like hey, this is coming.
Here he is.
Let's start preparing.
Ares was really only messing up a small base. And everything else was just poison warfare.
People didn't know Zod until he was already terraforming the planet. So are the Amazonians gonna fly over and just like, let's take care of that, because that could be pretty bad for us. Darkseid should be that threat. Steppenwolf should be that threat, but they're shown to kind of not be. Unless they get the mother boxes, I guess. So I guess the mother boxes are the threat.
But again, all these things are happening. The Orm thing, the Darkseid and everything. This is happening like a 2-3 year Zod. This happened in like a 2-3 year radius. Mm-hmm. Before that, we got the Wonder Woman thing about the wishes. But how do you come together to beat wishes? That's not really a thing. It's a concept. You got the Ares thing, which is, again, only really affected a small base and poison warfare. Other than that...
So we got something in the 60s, something in the 80s.
And then now a bunch of stuff happening right here and now. So there is no huge threat that they need to come together for until this very moment. And they don't even...
Aquamans just simply did not talk to each other despite sharing the same beliefs and even the same platitudes.
We say the same thing.
How about that?
As Wonder Woman remarks, the Age of Heroes would never come.
No, pause. See, he just accepts that.
Yeah.
In that conversation, it would have been great if a Wonder Woman was just like, my mom would kill me if she knew I was talking to an Atlantean.
Nothing like that.
And then
it's essentially
Aquaman was like, yeah, my dad would high five me if he knew I was talking to one as hot as you, yeah, or something like that.
Because he's a bro. But that conversation is essentially Aquaman does not like anybody.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we gotta say the same thing. Yeah, how about that? A line and a half of dialogue. And you're like, oh my God, this shows the fracture. But maybe truly deep down, they can come to a common ground. We say the same thing. How about that?
As Aquaman is actively helping human people for years, has his own little village essentially. So
they sing songs as he descends into the water.
And sniff his sweater. So he seems to be very cool with the humans already.
again. You know, for me, I sort of interpreted this as sort of Zack Snyder's response to Batman vs Superman, or more specifically,
his response to his own movie? The movie he made? This is in response to that film.
And again, we're interpreting things in order to make them better, to put them in the most favorable light.
I think he means it's a continuation of that theme back then of heroes being fractured. And then now they're coming together because at the end of that movie, they started to come together. And now they're continuing that as opposed to a response. Like, makes no sense.
Zack Snyder's response to Batman vs Superman, or more specifically, the response to the terrible reviews of Batman vs Superman. World sort of ushered by...
But didn't you just say that it's appealing to the masses?
Yeah.
But if he's responding to it, is he appealing to the masses? Or is he doubling down on it? I don't know what you're saying essentially right now. Hey, Loverboy Media, your thing was terrible.
Hate and an inability to see that person's side or to understand...
Wait, what?
Oh my goodness.
What?
To Batman vs Superman, or more specifically, the response to the terrible reviews of Batman vs Superman. World sort of ushered by hate and an inability to see that person's side or to understand that person's intentions.
So, the issue is that he didn't make a bad movie.
No. We
didn't understand his vision. We didn't understand his intentions. We didn't see his
side. It's a world filled with hate.
He's an artist that made something that he believes is good. That's his side. Now it's my side. I don't think it's good. Should he see it from my side? Why is Zack Snyder never needing to see it from other people's side? Why do the other people
such grace?
Why are the other people always needing to see his intentions?
Why is it Zack going, would people sit down for 4 hours to watch a movie that's pretty drab?
I don't care.
I'm making my movie. I'm giving my vision.
And
do
clap
Superman,
for him.
Would people want a happy Superman that's full of hope and joy like he's
that's
always
not the story
been?
I want to tell.
Or do they want a more pessimistic, dour Superman?
Hey, I know what I want.
An evil Superman. That's what we need. The world needs that. But he's just not looking at it through other people. He's doing what he wants to do, and we just have to give him the grace of this is his vision. So we just gotta accept it.
Y'all, can we stop evil Superman, please?
Can we stop evil Superman and get an evil or Superman?
No.
Well, that's a pretty big task.
Yeah, well,
we're gonna do it.
They did with Superboy Prime.
We're gonna do it.
He was the evilerist Superman. And I want no part of it. Tell Superman hopeful stories, please. Thank you.
I think. But as I scroll through Twitter over the last 24 hours, I see a world united. I see a group of people that...
Hey, a bunch of Snyder fans got to see the Snyder Cut, and now they're happy about it. And now I see a world united. We were fractured when we were talking about him.
When we all hated the movie, we were fractured. But now that we all love the movie, we're together.
When we were like... I think this movie's bad. Oh, we didn't see his intention. We didn't try to understand him. But now that there's so much overwhelming, Snyder Cut, we're all together, united, and we understand. Is this a troll?
That's not how it works.
You're 24 hours removed from years of going, release the Snyder Cut, and you're going, oh my God.
And people on Twitter are going, this is what I wanted. You go, yeah, finally, peace. This is what we all wanted. We're together now. I'm just saying, we were together and hating it. We were together and hating the Justice League, weren't we? We were together and hating Batman versus Superman. How is us being together to love it better now?
Because love better
fractured.
Than hate. Greater sign hate.
No.
celebrating the release of this fucking movie. And if you told me a year ago, if you told me 3 years ago that the Snyder Cut would unite film Twitter, I certainly would not have believed you. Number one, I would have said the Snyder Cut's never coming out.
Pause.
And
what was that cut, number one? Number two, I don't care about film Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't care. I care about the movie.
I care about the movie. How he's talked so little about the movie and so much about everything surrounding the movie. Everybody together, his vision, all this. Hey, what happened in the movie and why is it good? You're almost halfway through.
Why did it heal you? It brought us all together.
It healed us. He looks like the dude from Misfits.
Yes,
He looks like the dude from Misfits.
Simon.
And he was also in Game of Thrones. I forgot what he was named, but he cut off somebody's penis.
He was also
Ramsay, I think it was.
He was also in the hit TV show The Inhumans.
Oh,
yes.
Whoops.
He was the brother of our hero Blackagar Boltagon.
cool.
I hate that name so much.
How can you?
It is such a horrible name.
How could it be?
When I heard that in Multiverse of Madness, I went, is that mother real name? This is stupid.
It's an alien name.
This
What
is
do you want?
stupid.
What is it's an alien name?
I'm gonna be Black Bolt. Yeah, your name is Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be? Itar Agon? Get this bullshit out of here. It's horrible.
It makes
It's
sense.
horrible.
Man. We shortened Wonder Woman to Wowo.
In
Why not shorten it to Black Bolt?
Dinky Kaminari, boy, I sure hope this month has lightning powers. Oh, he does? Cool, thank goodness. Blackagar Boltagon. What's your hero name? Screamer. What else is it gonna be? I hate it. He ruined the movie for me.
What? No!
He didn't. But I legitimately paused and looked it up and like, is this his mother's real name? And I'm like, oh, comics are a fraud. They all should have just been canceled years ago. We're accepting Blackagar Boltagon.
Oh, straight face accepted.
Straight faced.
What's that mean though? Like,
it stinks.
Kitty Pryde is Shadowcat. Like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
I'm just gonna, of course, incorporate cat into my hero name. That's absolutely fine. Blackagar is not a name.
It is an alien world. It's an inhuman. It's not. It's alien world.
He who reigns above all, Blackagar. That's what that means.
Yeah, sure.
Get this out of here.
That's what it's.
I don't want to hear it.
Our language.
Why is this something acceptable like black? Where's the pedo again? Where's that guy? You ain't seeing that.
I mean, I doubt.
We're not seeing a month named Wanker being an alien. No, it's something black and bald. Wow. No. I hate it. It sucks.
Wow,
it sucks so bad.
What happened?
It's just really, really bad. I don't read comics.
Better not knowing that.
Yes. If he was just like, this is Black Bolt, I'd be like, okay, that's Black Bolt. But he goes, here comes Blackagar Boltagon. No.
Yes. Comic.
No. Yes. That's not the answer.
Oh, but you'll accept a building being lifted up. Even though that's not how that works, but Blackagar Boltagon is going too far.
Yes.
I also would have said the Snyder Cut would never, and I mean ever, unite film Twitter. Like ever. But here I stand or sit, a different man. Everyone can breathe in this film, and it's a really beautiful thing when you have the benefit of time, especially in comparison to the 2-hour version that we were forced to sit through back in 2017.
Who wasn't given time in that film? This is just given more time.
Yes.
And more time is not necessarily better, because that hot dog thing is one of the worst things I've ever seen in films.
With the benefit of time, you're going to get things that matter and things that don't matter inherently.
And you're going to be able to flesh things out more. So are you just advocating for longer films?
To let things be fleshed out more.
But things can breathe in shorter films. This means nothing.
Cyborg, which I thought in the theatrical cut was awful, is so well done here. And he's given an actual character arc. Ray Fisher does a phenomenal job with him. He's not just a walking, talking MacGuffin. He is an actual person.
Pause. But he's also a walking, talking MacGuffin.
Yes. He's both of those things.
Don't just take that part out.
And Cyborg's like the best part of the movie. So of course you're gonna, the characterization is better. It's a cyborg film featuring the Justice League, essentially.
With beliefs and development and flaws and strengths, and it's fantastic.
He had all that in the first film.
It just wasn't fleshed out.
And it just wasn't good.
Fantastic to see. Cyborg perfectly plays on this theme of being broken, being divided, and not being whole. That
was the first movie too. What are we talking about?
But see, the theme of not being whole, being broken and divided, and not thinking about why they're broken and divided. Not questioning if they ever tried to come back together.
Themes is the worst.
Yep.
This is what we mean when you could just implant any theme into any piece of media if enough connects. 4 things connect. And now, it's playing into the theme. I don't give a
I don't care.
Is it good?
Just like interpretations about the Heroes in Naruto thing. Anybody can have their own interpretation of the theme. Everybody has their own different interpretation of the theme. Everybody is watching a different movie. Somebody's trying to connect the theme of resurrection. Somebody trying to connect the theme of being broken and trying to come back together. You're watching 2 different movies and absorbing 2 different pieces of information.
No, the same information. It's being retained differently. It's being processed differently.
A journey to understand and to learn that he's more human and beautiful than ever before, despite whatever tragedy he faced. With the character, Snyder is sort of looking at all those people who are broken or who have lost something or lost someone and telling them, you're not alone.
Man of Steel was about Superman being all alone! Despite losing things and losing people!
I'm not broken. And I'm not alone.
I think
Hey, he just said the same things I said.
Yep, there it is. He's bolstering his point with the movie. Boy, sure is a good thing that the box was able to perfectly recreate a happy family inside. It was lucky, first off, that when he hacked into it, it created a mindscape that he could interact with in either real time or super sped up time. And also, it could read his minds and emotion and tell exactly what he wanted in order to trick him. And he had to accept himself in order to beat this thing. And then he just sort of, I guess, tickled the nipples and twisted, and then he beat them. I guess there were no other defenses inside of the mother box outside of psychological warfare. Sure.
The funniest part of this movie is that a character like The Flash, who was literally like Tom Holland's Spider-Man light in the Whedon cut, is significantly funnier here, despite the fact that this is all Zack Snyder's footage. I think Ben Affleck.
What was the difference? What was the difference of their comedy?
He's just funnier. Didn't you hear him? Didn't you hear him? Did you hear him? Did you hear when he said it was funny?
Okay, but
what's the problem here?
But okay, what was the difference of his comedy style in the 2 movies?
Well, he was like Tom Holland light in the other one.
And what's the difference here?
He's not.
How so?
He's funnier. Yo, what? You know they have nothing for Flash.
Except he's funnier here.
Not even a big run at the end. I did it, Dad. I'm one of the best. Nothing. You're funnier. I'm moving on now. He's not funny. He's not funny in the other one. Not showing any clips or anything or explaining. But he's funny in this one.
And it's Snyder.
Oh my goodness.
Despite the fact that this is all Zack Snyder's footage. You know, I think Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot were just like perfectly cast as Batman and Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot is a terrible actor. Horrific.
And also, how is that a praise for this movie when this isn't their first movie as Batman and Wonder Woman? That's like going into Age of Ultron and just like, you know what? That Robert Downey Jr., he makes a pretty good Iron Man. Like, yeah, I saw the other movies, homie.
I got 3 under my belt before this one.
Their banter is so reminiscent of like the Justice League comics and the Justice League cartoon. But there's this great scene where Wonder Woman's with Alfred and she's making tea.
Pause.
And
their banter is reminiscent of the Justice League cartoon. There's a great scene with Alfred.
In the Justice League cartoon, it was so much more flirty. There was so much will they, won't they.
I'm just saying he did.
No, I understand the non sequitur into a completely different scene from where he
didn't say anything.
He didn't even show any banter.
Sure
he didn't show any clip. But I'm not broken. That proves it. But I'm not going to prove it here. What are we doing?
And he's not saying
How is this in 13 minutes and we're going to get 2 hours out of this?
And he also didn't say that the Whedon one was worse or bad or anything. I personally loved the little scene of when she was cracking his shoulder back at the place and talking about, you guys don't need me, you need him. And it's like, I like that scene. That was a good scene.
No, that wasn't Snyder, so it's not good.
he tells her how to make a cup of tea. It doesn't necessarily contribute to the story at all, but we just...
Purpose. What happened to the purpose? What's the purpose of this then? I guess more characterization stuff. Just more interaction. This is a scene that can be cut.
Yes. And can we look back into the Joss Whedon version and pick a scene that doesn't really affect the story, but it does for characters? Like that whole little Romanian family. Didn't really affect the story. Helped the characters. Helped the world. We're on equal footing now.
Really live with them. How each and every character interacts with one another. It's really like a comic book sort of saga.
This man is just not a good reviewer, analyst, what have you. There's so much repeating of phrases that, like, what's the counter of him saying comic book and vision? Like, this is unbelievable. Everything's just like a comic book. Unlike what? Yeah. The Justice League wasn't like a comic book.
And also every character with every other character.
Didn't that happen in the Justice League?
Did Cyborg and Aquaman talk to each other?
I don't remember. It was 4 hours.
But it's just this blanket statement that means nothing, and they're like a comic book.
How much interaction did Superman get with all of them?
All the characters interacting with each other. Look at them go.
The screen. And I think that's the added bonus of having 4 hours to just fill in space, is that we can have those moments where it's not really important to the story, but the character just feels a lot more real. I think
you get that in other movies as well.
You can get that. Deadpool 1. When my friend was like, you got all these superhero movies, regular romance movies, just like, there's the love interest, blah, blah, blah. And she said it really hit her when he was just like, she's sitting there running through all these options, and I'm just here trying to remember her face. That meant a lot more. That does a lot for a character in 11 seconds. You can use that time to build a character and make them more real without needing 3 minutes to explain it. You're simply advocating for more.
Yes.
More so characters feel more real. A character can feel as real or unreal as possible in 13 minutes. It's just depending on how they're written. That's why relatability is such a big thing for people. Because in the space of 11 minutes, I can find relatable things to this character that makes them feel more real to me.
One of the first things that that this version of Batman does in Batman vs. Superman is just help people. He sees everything that's going on, and as Bruce Wayne, he just starts helping people.
Running straight through the in dust.
People do things in a story, not really affecting the story, but helping characters.
What makes the character feel more real? Like, does just giving more traits to a person make them more real? Because there's some flat mothers out there.
Yeah.
I know of them.
In our real life, there are people that are just chilling. There are people that are just, hey, sometimes they're loud, sometimes they're quiet. Hey, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm mean, I'm flirtatious, I got all these things, I feel more real, I guess.
Justice League, the Snyder Cut, is like one of the only superhero movies I've seen in a really long time, actually, that treats these characters as not just like franchises and IP, if that makes sense. Like, it gives them really human errors. Even something as simple as Cyborg being pissed off, swearing in a certain scene, it's like it gives an illusion that they're more than just prestige and IP. They're layered, they're nuanced.
Based on what, sir?
Him swearing.
How does Spider-Man not feel human?
One of the best Spider-Man scenes is when he was crushed under the rocks and going, come on, Spider-Man, come on, Spider-Man.
He's just crying, help.
Then he sees himself, sees the mask on the ground. He's like, no.
Come on, Peter.
I need to help
Spider-Man.
People. I'm Peter and I'm Spider-Man, but I'm Spider-Man. I have the ability to help people. I'm going to help myself and then help people. It's so good. What, by himself. Not yelling his motivations. Not off the world. Things like that. Great. This is not unique to the Justice League.
I don't know what he's talking about, dude. Where the characters feel less like IPs and more like real people. Like, I'll tell you this. Captain Marvel feels like an IP.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's some where you can go, oh, they're just trying so hard
big
there.
Girl power.
Scarlet Witch is just a monster. A broken human that gets put kind of back together fragilely and then broken again.
Like real people.
No.
Who is just an avatar T-posing?
Who's just this 2D motherfucker?
When Thor is in Ragnarok, he's just like, oh no, I didn't break up. Jane didn't break up with me. It was a mutual breakup. We're totally fine. I'm fine. That's some real shit. It's just like, I got dumped, but I'm just gonna act like, yo, it was on both sides. We're all good. But no, I guess that's just not a real interaction with people. This is not a real thing.
We're doing Help Me. I hate Help Me, dog, but we're doing it. It works. That's brother interactions.
And are we sitting here acting like Andrew Garfield wasn't like a real person? We're just like, yo, I just stopped holding back. I just kept punching mothers, and then he saves and little MJ, and it's just like, oh my god, I did it.
So good.
That's not a real person.
That's not a real person.
I don't know what he's talking about. Hey, how do you consume your media if you're looking at a Spider-Man and just going, this isn't a real person? Flash is a real person.
Tony Stark, mad arrogant, mad selfish. Chips on the table, he sacrifices himself. Without hesitation. Because he's the only person that can do it. After Cap was just like, you not the person to lay down and put their life on the line? Do we need to talk about the grenade scene in Captain America?
Dude,
the
I just got
flagpole
goosebumps.
scene.
I don't care about flagpole. Grenade scene is one of the greatest scenes in all of
That
superhero
guy is
movies.
the Captain America we need. Not this little weak guy. Check this out. Grenade. Dude runs. He hops right the on.
Get back!
And Tommy Lee Jones like, I guess. Hey.
I can't never get what I want.
Ain't nobody helping me.
I'm an old man. I just want this one thing. Give me that strapping young lad there.
That's one of the great. That says everything you need to know right then and there.
He
in the movie.
He loses Bucky, and then he's talking to Peggy, and he's just like, you know what the worst thing is about this? Because of my metabolism, I can't get drunk. So he's just sitting there drinking for his buddy, trying to drink away the pain, and he's just always gonna be cognizant of what's going on. Always. That's not a real person,
That's
though.
not
I guess.
real. Mourning the loss of your best friend.
And can't even do it in the way you want because you can't get drunk. Like y'all used to.
Can't drink to forget. Literally cannot. But he wants to, and he still is.
But that's not real.
But that's not real. These feel like real people.
Wonder Woman consoling a child. Yeah, that's all the realness it takes.
And Black Widow pouring her heart out to Hulk going, I can't have children. They ripped my out. Not feeling like a real person. How many examples do we need?
And that's just the Marvel side. You can go to the DC side. You can go to DC cartoons. Like, what are we talking about? I wish he would explore this more, but we're 5 minutes left, so there's no time. I wish you would have made more time for your analysis, so you would have fleshed out your examples. How can you advocate for this and then shorthand everything?
Great score.
You know, even fucking Steppenwolf, the guy who was called the worst comic book villain ever made, by Joss Whedon, by the way, is infinitely better here. Sharon Hart.
That's not what he said. He liked the tweet.
What was better about Steppenwolf here? He was definitely more.
Yes, we got more.
But was he good?
I think he's gonna cite this scene where he's just like, but the dark side, can I come back home, please? Like, no. I gave you a task. This world has an anti-life equation. All right, get that for me. You're not going to come here in your portal that you can make and come here and instantly get that? No, they beat me up last time.
No, I don't want to play with them no more.
No, I'm on my way. You just go ahead and get the car warmed up for me. You get the anti-life equation, I'll be there. Help you out.
The mother box is a little low on energy, so I can't come right now. Right now.
Sir, we just fully charged that. I'll behead him. As I said.
Lions, I think that's his fucking name. Anyway, he's great. He gives Steppenwolf a real personality, which is something that he was significantly missing from the theatrical version. It's amazing how much a villain can improve when you give them an actual motive. It's a bit wild.
Pause. Personality, motive, what do you mean? What about the last one where the Joss Whedon version, one of my favorite lines in that, where they got all those people lined up. He's like, where's the mother box? You're like, please, sir, we have families. He goes, why do people keep telling me that? Like, I don't care. What does this mean to me?
I need the mother box. He had a motivation. He wanted the mother boxes. Whether you know what the motivation is for or not, you cannot say he did not have a motivation in the first film. That's ridiculous.
After seeing the 2017 film and then watching this version, I am going to double down on the firm belief that everyone involved in that 2017 cut actively tried to dismantle and fucking ruin this version right here. They were not contributing.
This is not the version you would have got because he shot a bunch of new scenes. This is not the movie that was there. Do you think in big head DC was like, yo, let's make this horrible so we don't make no money? Do you truly believe that was the thought process there?
Ezra Miller, like, I don't want a franchise. I don't want to play this Flash character anymore for 7 years for $5 million a movie. No, sir. I'm going to tank this. Me, the Flash, Ezra Miller. Punch. Hey, would you like a pineapple? Punch. Hello.
In 5 minutes. They're just getting war flashbacks. Like, no, I gotta.
Getting anything good to that cut. You know, it's very
Wait, what?
Oh, are you serious?
What?
tried to dismantle and fucking ruin this version right here. They were not contributing anything good to that cut. You know, it's very strange.
He just mentioned a line that he loved. And a scene that he loved. And a scene I love with the lasso. I think those are good scenes.
So are the only good scenes in the Joss versions the scenes that were shot for this version?
Hey,
and everything else was trash?
Of the two films, the hardest I laughed was, do you talk to fish? The hardest I laughed of the two movies. Now, don't think it was a hard laugh. It was just the hardest that I happened to laugh.
To talk so positively about a film that in your brain you associate with such negativity. I have hated Justice League.
Oh, you're not gonna talk about how they tried to tank the movie?
Nope, they just did.
You're not gonna be like, look at the performance that Henry Cavill was given here. He doesn't care. His mind is elsewhere. Look at this horrible jelly lip. They didn't even try to fix that.
They tried. The tech was in the beginning. Superman just answering dumb kid questions. You mean that's not good?
You mean that doesn't affect the story, but affects the character in a little moment? He's taking time out for children for a dumb podcast as they're talking over each other and asking stupid questions.
Stupid little 11-year-old dumb kid questions.
You telling me that doesn't say a lot
what
about
do you
his
like about
character?
the Earth, Superman?
With the entirety of the Earth, kid? Everything? Oh, I don't know. What do you like about the Earth, child? Oh, yeah, you can't answer it, can you? It's a whole lot of stuff, isn't it? Laser. Flash comes in. Let me punch him. No, Flash. No.
It's not your time yet.
Long. And now, like, I watched the actual version last night, and it's strange. Like, it's very weird to come to a realization that you really love something. You know, like it's very nice to see that and to experience that. When Batman,
what do you love about this movie? You haven't explained it properly.
Longer scenes for more character.
Good music, action, comic book scenes
come to life.
Aspect ratio. This is horrible.
Cool looking.
This is horrible. Why can't Muff explain? What's wrong with people?
It's so weird. It feels like they associate the emotion that they gathered, or that they got from whatever piece of media they were watching. That's what the takeaway is, and that's what I can explain. But it's so hard to explain an emotion you felt. You can't just say, like, oh my God, I felt like a 10-year-old because I saw Darkseid. That was cool. How do you explain that to a person?
In a properly structured video, in a properly structured manner.
You know, you can understand why, you can explain why a scene is good, but it's so hard to explain. There was a time I was dating a woman from Canada, and this is an actual woman from Canada. This is like, my middle school girlfriend was in Canada.
Sure
I was dating a girl from Canada, and I was like, I'm about to start making some biscuits. And she went, what are biscuits? And I had a problem explaining. Because you just know what a biscuit is.
So you just go, oh, it's a biscuit. so you can't go, oh, I love it. Why do you love it? Well, I love it.
It's buttery, and it sounds like you're just describing a scone. No, it like breaks apart in flakes. It's like a muffin or something. What's a biscuit? Like, and I couldn't explain. I just had to send her pictures and shit. So like, it's so hard to explain a thing you feel, but outside of explaining that it is just the feeling of joy.
But if he was writing for like a newspaper or something, and an editor saw that, I would hope that the editor would be like, clean this up. What do you mean you felt like a 10-year-old when Darkseid came on?
But
why?
A
How?
YouTube
What?
audience isn't looking for...
I know.
They're looking for, hey, you felt the same that I felt, or you felt differently than I felt.
But I'm asking for better. I'm asking for more.
We always ask for better. We always ask for more.
I see nothing wrong with asking for better and expecting better.
Apparently it's a problem for some people.
True that.
No, I just don't know, dude. It's so weird. YouTubing gets so weird.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not. It's a lot of work, but it's not strenuous, I'll say. Mm. Like, you're not constantly, like, lifting something. So you would think that you could consume, like take a week out and just consume a bunch of, like, reviewers and read a bunch of reviews and see structurally what they do.
But that's a problem because they're doing this.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, like paid reviewers, not fellow YouTubers. Yeah. Like your Roger and Eberts and all those people. Go through the Times or whatever and just read and think about, even the IGN. Just see how they review things and just go, okay, what is different from how I review things? Because I'm not truly explaining the good of what I'm saying. I'm just explaining the feeling I derived from it.
And that's simply not enough.
It's not enough.
It's enough for people like him.
But
because probably the stuff that he consumes. He consumes a lot of, this made me feel. This was orgasmic in its execution.
And the way you described that was perfect. It's like putting a different simile in the same script.
Yeah.
I nutted until it's just like in Charlie. It was just like the nut I performed from watching this eye thing was tremendous, and I'm just like, yeah, what are you doing? This doesn't tell me anything except a metaphor for you feeling real happy about it.
Yeah, and not about what it is at all. And that's, again, if you watch something and you consume something that is very similar to what you're doing, you're going, oh, I'm doing it right. If you watch somebody like Mother's Basement and you make anime reviews, you're like, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Hashtag same, me too.
He's succeeding and he's doing this, so I'll just do this. I'll just say the My Hero cast are all great. They're bros. And move on. I'll just say that. And that'll be my point. And people will clap. People will understand that.
I wonder if My Hero fan could name all 20 kids in Class 1A.
I highly doubt it.
And don't they think that's a problem?
Yeah, probably.
I can name the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and they're half of the number of... But, you got people like Tape Dude and Tentacle.
Zero.
And it's like, who cares about these people? And then you got to remember them.
When they've done nothing memorable.
When they've done nothing memorable. So you're gonna get your H, you're gonna get your Momo, you're gonna get your Uchako, you're gonna get your Deku and stuff like that. And then you're gonna rattle those off. You're gonna be like,
you're gonna get your A tiers, your B tiers, and your C tiers.
Yeah, and you go, Invisible Girl, and then you're just gonna flounder like you are. Hagakure. That's what her name is.
Why do you remember that?
Why do you remember Shoto? Or Shota? Or whatever, whoever you said.
Oh, Sero.
Tape Dude. Why do you remember that?
I just said the name.
I know you did. But that don't matter what you just did. I'm asking you a question.
I don't know why.
Okay, exactly. So you don't know why you...
Maybe I'm associating it with like cellophane. So Cero is just like a word association there. Hagakure, I have no idea where you pulled that from.
I just saw an H in my mind.
Okay.
And I just remember going back into reading. Oh, she's the traitor Invisible Girl. I just saw an H.
Hey, what is Animal Dude's name? I've said it so many times, dude.
Animal Dude. His hero name is Anima.
I don't care about that part.
What's the first letter?
K.
Kodo? Coda?
Coda.
Coda. Coda. I believe that between two people, they could get at least 18 of them.
Two people?
I mean, you covered up for my shoulder.
What is Sugar Rush's name?
Sugar Rush. She's got big lips.
Yeah, that's his name.
I didn't say,
we know what Sugar Rush looks like. That's what his name. He wears a yellow suit. All right, thanks.
What's his name? He got big lips. What do you think I was answering?
His power when he eats sugar.
Give me a letter.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Oh no. Okay, so that would be one of the ones that we're just out of luck. That's all.
You should know Belly Laser. Are you serious?
Aizawa.
That's
a teacher. It begins with an A, yeah?
Yes. You can't be serious.
Oh no. It's the traitor. Oh no. It was always that was the traitor.
You can't be serious.
What's the next letter?
Oh.
Aoyama.
Wow, that was not good.
Oh yeah, no. But again, I think that people could get 18. Two people like a Chris and an Eric. They could get 18.
I don't think so. I think they would cap out at 15.
You know what? They probably would. You're not getting a coda.
Hold up.
Don't ask. They're not gonna get it.
No, I'm not gonna ask.
Okay.
Class 1A.
Oh snap! One Piece chapter is out.
Already?
That's what I'm talking about.
Even though I actively avoid spoilers, I got spoiled.
I also got spoiled and I hate it. People were just not caring.
Yeah. Here are your 20 kids. Ayama, Mina.
Give me the ones that we wouldn't remember.
Tell dude. I would, but you probably wouldn't.
His name was. It also begins with an S.
There is a letter S in that name, and there is nowhere close to the beginning of either name.
Whatever. I don't care.
Ojiro. I've known that.
Oh no, Tail Dude. I meant Tentacruel.
Okay. Tentacruel. Yep. There we go.
His name begins with an S.
Yes.
And his name is. It's not Zero. It's not Shoda. It's not.
There's also another S that we wouldn't get, which is Sugar Rush.
I don't remember his name.
Shoji. Sato for Sugar Rush.
It's all these S names.
You got Hagakure. I think they would cap out at 15. I don't think they would get Zero. They might not get Tokuyama. They wouldn't get Shoji. They wouldn't get Sato. They wouldn't get Koda. They wouldn't get Ojiro.
They wouldn't get Hagakure. Maybe not.
I'd cap out at 15. That's sad. Oh, Justice League.
Spent a lot of time trying to divide us. It's hard not to see Zack Snyder inserting himself in the character of Batman. When you consider everything that has happened since 2013, mixed response to Man of Steel, to the bad reviews of Batman vs. Superman, to everything that led to the existence of the Snyder.
Hey, make good movies, and people will receive them well. Sorry. I got no pity for you for the movies.
That's not true.
Okay. All right. We out in the street bumping in Man of Steel, I guess.
People bumping it.
Of course they are. They bump everything.
Everybody bumps something. Somebody said Hulk 2003 greater sign than the Incredible Hulk.
And I went, you don't remember that movie.
It's impossible that you would think that if you remembered that movie.
Cut feels like a proud proclamation that this movie and its characters are here to heal. It's clear to me that this film is meant to unite. It's Snyder at his most heartfelt. Goodness. Unlike ever before, I really think Snyder comes across as undeniably caring and considerate. Instead of taking pride...
That scene of him giving that lady money is so dumb.
Why? It's so help. It's so hero still.
What does that say for a poor kid just watching that movie? Like, oh, somebody was just going to save me one day. Somebody's just going to gift me $100,000, no problem.
Hey, PPP loans.
That's not how this works.
That's how it worked for PPP loans.
He said he helped one person in billions in the world. Of millions who are struggling financially. He helped one person.
You don't know if he diverted money to other... But then again, they could track those.
I was about to say, they're gonna track it. Money, you don't just get money in your account and just like, oh, this is normal. How does she file that on her taxes? That's received money.
You don't.
Oh, she's just getting done up by the government then.
How so? How can they prove that money?
Look at her bank account.
If it goes into the bank. Oh, wait, no. He changed the amount in her bank account. It wasn't just like the ATM broke or something.
And even if it did break, that's like they got cameras on the ATMs. So they're just going, oh, you just accepted all that money. That's not your money.
I would too.
But you can't do that. You got to get that money back. Oh, I spent it already. All right, get in the car. You going to jail. You going to jail.
I want to hear it. You going to jail.
That is a two-person joke.
Especially two persons, because I don't even think they're up anymore. I gotta find them. But maybe they're on archive. Because I haven't seen them.
World Star, if anything.
I just want to hear A is for Apple.
B is for ball. C is for killer cat. D explains it all.
E is for ecstasy. F is for Fooly Magooly.
In moments of comic book mayhem, Snyder seems to enjoy the character moments more. Like Superman being brought back to life from the agonizing darkness of death by his loving followers and people who believe his symbol and what it represents, Snyder's Justice League rises from the dark abyss of studio politics, horrendous comic...
That's what happened in the Joss version! So now you're just taking something that happened and you're going, it's a metaphor for what happened in Joss's life. I mean, Snyder's life with the bad reception and him rising. Come on with this.
And overall unpleasantness to deliver a desperate reminder for all of us of what it truly means to be good, to be loved, and to...
Wow, okay. So this man is about the message and looking cool.
Mm-hmm. That's what it seems like.
Dude, this is unbelievable bummery. Unprecedented bummery.
This is...
Next level bummery.
What's so bad about the Joss version, I'm wondering?
We'd have to watch it.
Well, I'm not doing that, sorry.
Yeah, he's not very good at explaining. This is 4 years later. So he's been doing this type of stuff for 4 years, and this is what you come with? That's unbelievable to me.
Man.
That's unbelievable to me, y'all.
You would get better.
Human. This is a film from a director who has seen your hatred. He's been...
We know Vision, hatred is tailored for that, and he's using that to fuel him. He's another Dark Side film. We got this already.
Oh, look at this smug smile. You know what it's about. You see Zack in the back.
Of your vitriol and your scrutiny countless fucking times. But instead of punching out or
dude, he's really Chapman and Snyder, just like, yo, he rose above all that, and we all can.
I mean, let me see Zack Snyder's net worth.
Net worth is Bush, by the way, y'all.
It's liquid and assets.
No, it's Bush. It's hard to,
quantify it. I always just usually cut it in half.
Because the Sunny guys were doing it for their podcast. They were like, oh, they're saying my net worth is blank. He was like, I wish I had that in my bank account right now.
Yeah, one says 60 million, one says 28 million. So I would go for 28 million. Even let's go for 10 million. How much is Twitter stuff when they go, man, your movies aren't all that good, and you're signed on to another movie? How much is that affecting you?
Depends on the person. Elon Musk. That man goes.
Okay.
But
he is a dumb little trust fund baby man that's like, I want to go to space in my tank. Get this trash, I know.
So
he's a baby.
Like I said, it depends on the person.
He's a baby.
He's a big
Look
baby.
at this Chad.
Oh,
he's not a baby.
I cannot believe hard drive with ham sandwich on him. Did you read that? Oh, dude. So, this is a quick. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, y'all. I understand it's been a long episode.
It's almost 2 hours.
It's about to be over. So Elon Musk has been stealing memes from.
Oh yeah, the SNL thing.
Dude, did you read some actual articles? Dude,
he got destroyed.
That
was uncomfortable. I'm like, yo, chill out. He's done.
It's like a bad SNL. It's like SNL is bad. You know all about that. Whoops. So it depends on the person. Like I said.
Okay, but that's affected you deeply and personally. Instead of, you didn't make a particularly good film when there's a whole number of people that go into a filmmaking.
Their very first response was like, we'll offer you a horse for this, which speaks to his sexual allegation of him saying he'll buy a horse if she just touches his penis without saying.
Yeah, see, that's deeply personal stuff instead of, you ain't make a very good movie, Mr. Snyder, or your movie killed my childhood or whatever.
But isn't that a lot for an artist? To just be like, your work wasn't good.
If you came into my room like, yo, your art sucks, I'm like, who are you? I don't care. I know my shit is good.
Your art isn't there to be consumed. It's literally for you.
AMVs. Well, that's also not a very good example because we make AMVs for ourselves.
We make this channel for ourselves.
Yo, boy, we suck.
We're not
make an analogy with ourselves.
There was what did they say? Content minded. We're not content minded. We're dudes. Cause this was something Peanut said. He was just like, "Yo, let me be a manager for y'all. I'll help y'all blow up." I'm like, first off, that's not just that Peanuts. But I'm just like, I don't want that. Like, he came in when I was doing my coding stuff, and I'm like, I will do this for a job because I like it, but I don't like it enough to make it a hobby of mine. I would never want video editing to be my job. I would never want YouTube or Twitch to be my job. I would want to go onto YouTube and do a YouTube thing when I want to. Go on Twitch and do a Twitch game.
Not worrying about the algorithm and how this video is performing.
And if I'm playing the correct game for my Twitch audience or constantly being entertaining. I'm playing Far Cry 6 right now. I don't need to stream that. I can just play it. Or I can turn over and play Shadowverse if I feel like this. That's what I want. I don't want to just be like, Monday through Friday I gotta stream for 6 to 10 hours.
I gotta stream.
I've got to stream. So yeah, we're just weird dudes, y'all.
Breaking the flames. They offer you a hug. This is not a movie about vengeance or backstabbing. It's a film about love. It's a film about how to really only ever heal as a united force. We need to do so together. As Batman remarks, I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells.
Turn down the music.
He's never fought us. Not us united. Snyder and his films have been at the mercy.
Nobody has fought y'all united. Y'all weren't even united at the end of the film. Well, other people were off doing other things. Flash was running in a circle.
We'll do it together. And what if we lose? We'll do that together too. What's the difference? What's literally the difference?
And his films have been at the mercy of critics and fanboys for years.
What is this ghosting that's happening? It feels like he took his rendered video, like he rendered that part out, and then put it on the timeline at the end again. Like, that particle stuff should
Snyder
not
and
be
his
happening.
films have been at the mercy of critics and fanboys for years. However, this is a...
Because he made not good movies.
Yeah, there's nothing... If they're fanboys, that means they're fans of properties. And if you don't do that property justice, the fanboys are going to be the people who's going to be the loudest. I'm sorry.
If
You know, there's who's going, man, Rocket Raccoon was not done justice in this movie. Ain't but 16 Rocket fans before that movie.
if Miss Marvel is done like I will be the most heated. I'm already dour on it because of the changing powers. Bruh, if that sucks, I'm gonna be pissed.
Nah, you're going to be fine.
It's not gonna break my heart.
Yeah,
I'll just read a comic. But
Nah, something will heal you later. Like this for him.
I didn't like how they did Carnage and Let There Be Carnage.
I also didn't.
So, like...
He didn't have his big dumb Ronald McDonald wig.
Oh my god!
Cowards.
They did it quickly.
Cowards.
As quickly as possible.
Babies. Unbelievable.
You're the baby.
They put it in the
Boy,
movie.
where am
They
I
put it
with?
in the movie.
Because that's probably what they had on set.
Don't do it then. Have him have a hood on. Have him have
In jail?
a towel over his head, cane like.
You gotta see that.
Don't
facial
go to
expression.
Party City and get a $2 wig and be like, yeah, that's good for Carnage.
If anything, they should have had his hair getting cut in the next movie early on or something. So it looks because that wig was not a hit. Don't look up the
Will I be
wig.
able to find it?
All you gotta do is look up Venom after credits. And it will appear before you.
Because it is... Oh my goodness! Come on!
Bro, they went with a carrot top.
Dude! Never forget what they took from us.
That's what they you should be happy they took that from us. That's like saying, forget what they took from us from the original Sonic design. Well, thanks for taking it. We are better for it.
To counter all of that, here's a filmmaker offering his heart. Here's a man who's seen the darkest shit the world has to offer, and instead of giving in, instead of falling victim to that darkness,
I don't think that he has. He had a tragedy befall him, which is very, very unfortunate.
And he's had a lot of people call his movie shitty.
I don't think that's the darkest that the world has to offer. Because Christopher Lee, he was in wars, legitimately killing people. He at the end in one of the Lord of the Rings movies, they were just like, okay, you're getting stabbed in the back and you gotta scream. He goes, when people get stabbed in the back, they don't scream. They just sort of gasp in surprise. And they're like, oh, that muff stabbed people in the back in wars. He knows what happens. I look towards him for the darkness.
Yeah, like white phosphorus. People have seen people succumb to that.
Yeah.
There's so much dark in the world. Like,
again, Zack Snyder. What? Zack Snyder had a very bad tragedy befall him, and I feel horrible for him. I do not believe that that's the darkest. your wording is poor. That is the criticism.
Do you think his was darker? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Poor wording.
Poor wording. With this thing smile. While smile, he had the darkest tragedy before him. With a giant smile on your face, kid.
Light and has chosen kindness. If Snyder
He's chosen kindness. Wasn't he talking hype on Twitter about all this?
This is not a baby movie. This is a movie for adults.
That's kindness?
wanted to make the darkest, most fucking nightmare-fueled Justice League movie in existence, he's probably the guy to do it. But he didn't. Every character in...
Is that why he stuck that dark fuel bush in the middle of it? And why would you think that he's the person to do that over someone else?
A horror director, somebody like Sam Raimi. What about Snyder tells you that he is the person for darkness?
The Snyder Cut has lost something. So when you watch this film, you should watch it from the perspective of a man who lost something.
No! What do we do? I'm not watching a film from somebody's perspective of who lost something. I'm watching the piece of media you put out.
Come on.
I've said for as long as I can remember, objectivity in judging media is a stupid metric because I do not believe it exists. Everyone comes into something with a bias. This is super biased. You are steel manning the film itself by going, yo, look at it from the perspective of someone who lost something and maybe you'll appreciate it.
This is about hope and coming together and light through the darkness. And it comes directly from Zack Snyder's tragedy.
That's just like when the person, what was it, Cinema Wins was just like, think that either The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker was the film that you wanted and see how you feel.
See how you feel about it. It's like, no!
That's not the movie I got!
Change my entire mindset and then like the movie. No!
This is dirty!
I hate this changing mindset in order to watch a movie. No!
Why can't I watch a movie and go, that was not a good movie? Yeah, but you didn't understand that he made it as a man who lost something, and that means I don't care. I don't care.
Do I have to look up the lighting director to see if they mama had cancer? Do I have to look up the sound
that's
man?
The way they lit it, so they lit it like that? Do I have to look up the sound man? They know what blood splatter sounds like because they've been in a war, and that's why they were able to do it so well? It's a movie mostly absent of the personal things going on.
Again, 100 years in the future. Do we need to just look at this with an asterisk?
We don't even need to go 100 years in the future. Do you look at 80s and 90s films in the frame of what was the director going through or the writer going through at that moment? I would absolutely submit not. I don't listen to albums like that, and they're much more personal.
Mindset that the filmmaker is trying to heal us as a...
I'm not gonna do that, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna watch any movie and go, alright, let me look at this in the lens that he's trying to heal me, that he's trying to heal humanity through Batman punching a guy.
So as they're slowly walking up with a ceremonial arrow and putting it down and slowly notching it, and she's saying the ancient prayer to let it fly true, and it's flying through the air. This 5-minute scenes, I'm supposed to sit here like, man, I'm kind of bored. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to think about this through the lens of Zack Snyder and his... No! No! I'm not... You shouldn't be asking people to do that.
You should 100% not.
This is not helping the film. You're not saying why it's good. You're going to make it good by excusing these things for the theme and for this man's tragedy.
Just look at it through this lens, and maybe you'll see why it's a good film. Or why it's an enjoyable film. I don't even know if you think this film is good. It was no art.
is trying to heal us as a community, as a society, for lack of a better word. Trying to build a bridge and usher in a new age of unity. That prophesized age of heroes has indeed...
Would he think the same if everyone disliked it?
He'd probably like, Zack is a prophet heralding truth that people aren't ready to hear.
Come again. Not because it had to, but because every one of us sort of made it. It's because of all of this that the Snyder Cut has healed my very broken heart and has given me hope and optimism for a really beautiful tomorrow.
You know who should do that? Superman. Except Snyder ruined him. Whoops. Whoops.
I don't know what the future holds for the Justice League cinematic universe for DC on film. I have no idea. But if watching this on HBO Max and supporting the shit out of this movie means we'll get sequels, then I know what I'm about to do. And that means I'm about to watch Justice League Snyder Cut on HBO Max.
To make white instead of layering it.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Oh, no. Wait
Oh,
a second.
I thought that didn't happen.
Okay,
Wait.
I understand that. I accept that. That's fine.
Okay.
All those different colors came together to make one sun.
No.
Instead of, my suggestion was to be layered so that it'd be more visually appealing. He made the theme come together
On HBO Max.
And then it was like a hard cut to the white.
Yes, it was. That's a -10.
Yeah.
It's not a Hall of Fame, but that's a
I was going 9 for most of it until near the end, and I'm just like, oh, I can't go any higher than the -10.
When most of your videos not saying anything, you got to work your way up from that 10, and he just didn't. Simply didn't. Muff ain't say nothing.
Ain't say nothing, y'all.
Good music.
This
in comic book shots
come to life and all this. Like this
Shut
is
up.
nothing, y'all. Yeah, so that's episode 80. I'm probably gonna put this out tomorrow, and then we're going to do that Roby stuff on Sunday, pending time, depending on when we're going out, if we go out. I think that's all we're doing this week.
Yep, I can't think of none.
Okay. And
that was horrible.
Oh, that was really bad.
I did not enjoy that whatsoever. That was real bad.
Any more work on your on that project you were doing alone?
Very, very slowly. I'm just reading through it and just taking little notes.
Yep, there you go.
It's not gonna be done anytime soon.
You know what? I think I'm gonna put out a lazy cut of, or you know what? Not even lazy. I'm just gonna put out a easier cut of one of the other series. Maybe I'll put up one of the Bad Movie Days or Check It Out or something. I'll do that sometime next week. Yeah. Because we should get some more stuff off the ground and everything.
Yeah, like I said, this is not going to be this is going to be out next week. No, it's going to be a slow, gradual.
Yeah, you know, I understand for you. I wouldn't even be surprised if it wasn't this year. We've already got all of Check It Out done. We've already got all of the Bad Movie Day done. We got 2 or 3 in the bucket. I just need to put the audio and match it up to the video. But, you know, audio and video is very weird because it slides off the video every now and then. So you've got to listen to it and make sure. And then I got to cut it all up. I'm not going to do the pictures thing this time for who's talking. Y'all just got to get hit up. Eventually I'll be
way too long.
So when we were doing Craig, when we were doing separate recordings, that's easier. Craigbot is someone that records the Discord. Okay. Yeah. That's easier because everybody's on a separate track and their names are there. So I can just, there's a waveform there. I can do the picture. From now on for Bad Movie Day, I'm just going to put a Discord, sort of like what EFAP does. I'm just going to put a Discord or images so you'll know who's talking when, which will just be easier for us. And it'll allow me to put out Bad Movie Days quicker. So the next 2 Bad Movie Days will not have the images. I'll have who's in the episode in the description. Beyond that, it'll just be a regular cut. And then I'll probably do Check It Out next week instead because that's probably an easier one. I think the first one was Ippo and Flame of Recca. So,
Two very good series.
And then the very next one was Haikyuu and something. I don't remember what you had.
Kill la Kill?
Yeah, I think it was Kill la Kill.
Oof.
All right, so yeah, we're out of here. Look forward to content. Maybe we'll play a game sometime next week. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Either that serial tier list or the creators we've done so far tier list. Either one.
Yeah, that definitely sounds fun.
So next week we might have 3 or so videos coming out. Who knows? We're lazy pieces of shit. Maybe you won't even see any of them this month. All right, we're done. That was a terrible episode. Terrible video.
What the? Almost 2 hours? How?